All right, you guys, rough framing is done on this basement room. What we're gonna do now is start our electrical rough-in. Make sure you drop down below, hit that like button. Really helps the channel out as we grow. And make sure you hit that subscribe so we can grow with you. We're constantly posting new videos in the homestead, DIY type stuff. All right, guys, so on the back side of this wall, or on the other half of our basement, we have a little shop. We don't really use it that much, but we do have it wired. We have 5, 6 outlets back there, not constantly drawing power, so it's not a huge issue. What we're gonna do is at the end of the run over there, we're gonna pull our wire from there. To continue on this circuit, we're gonna pull it in through this wall, come through this over here. We're gonna hit 2 outlets on every wall over here, and then we're gonna come to here, do 2 additional outlets, and then we'll come all the way back, do 2 more over here, 2 more on that wall, and then we're gonna do a switch over here, and then from there we'll go up into our joists, and we're gonna do, I think, 4 recessed wafer lights, and we're just gonna, this is on the circuit for the basement and all the lights in the basement. We're gonna knock that and just close it and just let it pass through, and it'll have its own dedicated light switch. So real quick, I'm gonna go around and mark about 16 inches off the floor in each box location. Then we'll get those set in, pull some wire through. All right, guys, everything's all wired up right now, all the way to the switch. I'll show you what we got going on. Make sure you give yourself extra room. If your wire is too short, you are SOL. You don't want to re-pull wire. All right, we got everything stapled in, so it's not going anywhere. I went online and I got our map of where we're going to place our lights. We're doing 4 lights in here, wafer lights. They're like can lights, except it's 2022, so we do wafer lights. They're like a 1/2 inch. If you have strapping, you can hit them under a joist. They are awesome. I'll link some down below that we're going to use. I just typed in light placement calculator online. I'll try to link it down below. Saver. Time saver. Do not even waste your time doing it yourself. Freaking find one of these and do it. All right. Starting where we came out from that existing outlet over here. Pop through the corner. Hit each of our junction boxes, and then basically run one continuous all the way back to our next outlet, all the way down, 2 outlets, and hop up to our switch right here, which will be the single dimmer. We're just sticking with the 2 wire as we're only doing a single switch. If you're doing a double, you're gonna need a different wire for this. So let's get this done. I'm gonna lay these out real fast and then we'll get the wire hung. Pulling it over from the top plate, you're gonna need a lot of resistance coming up from that switch. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna hit from the 4th light, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then we'll drop it down. What I had to do is move it a few inches from what the recommendation was, just because we don't have strapping in this roof. And we're not going to, because we're putting a pine tongue and groove. But basically we're gonna put the wires up there, give them plenty of extra room, and then I'll cut those holes through the roof at that time, and then I'll pull the wires to our lights, which should be right above it. But yeah, just make sure you keep your paper. You don't want to lose that paper and not know where your power is. So let's get it done. All right, guys, the ceiling is all rough. Let me show you what we have. Just got it curled up here out of the way for the insulation. Coming on down, couple curls there, plenty of room to get to the center where we're gonna put those lights. Same thing here. All right, so we're just gonna get these ready and out of the way for drywall. In the past, I've done it where I've installed the outlets before the drywall, but it's technically not the right way. It's a little bit easier to do it after the fact, just an extra step if you're calling an electrician out or whatever. So, a little bit awkward here, a little bit extra. I'm gonna chop those off. Take off the coating as far back in the box as possible. Take your paper off your ground, pull it back just like that. Make sure your wires are out of the way. Slice those off. Same thing on this one. Just make sure you're not cutting your wires. All right, we're gonna get our colors out of the way. We're just gonna put these grounds together. Twist them nice and tight. A few twists. Chop this one off. This one to get connected to the outlet. Put together. Fold it once or twice. And push that back in your outlet, and that is ready to go. Drywall will go over there perfect, and then after that's all done, pull it out, wire it up, set to go. All right, guys, so that's it. That is rough electrical in our basement room edition. I want to call it whatever, finishing our basement room. So if this helped you guys out at all, please drop down below, hit that like and subscribe button. Make sure you're not doing this if you're not allowed to in your state. Some states are. We're allowed to do that in New Hampshire, so in our own house. So make sure you check your local codes. Appreciate you guys watching. Have a good night.